President Moon Jae-in met with his Slovakian counterpart, who is visiting South Korea again after his trip to Pyeongchang for the Winter Games. The two leaders agreed to expand bilateral exchange during the sit-down. Hwang Ho-jun has the highlights from the summit at the nation's top office.
President Moon Jae-in said there's great potential for South Korea and Slovakia to boost their bilateral cooperation in areas including economy, science, and technology.
오늘 대통령님과 함께 양국 간의 미래지향적 협력을 확대하기 위한 제반 방안에 대해 폭넓게 의견을 나누고 싶습니다.
President Moon was speaking to his Slovakian counterpart, President Andrej Kiska, while greeting him at the Blue House. Though President Kiska did visit South Korea for the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, this is the first time a Slovakian president has made an official visit to Seoul. President Moon noted that this year marks the 25th anniversary of Slovak independence, as well as the establishment of diplomatic ties between Seoul and Bratislava. He praised the fact that the countries have rapidly developed cooperative relations in all areas in the short time they've had in their diplomatic ties, especially with their bilateral trade volume reaching $3 billion last year, a 160-fold rise from 1993. He also underscored how South Korean companies such as Kia Motors and Samsung Electronics entering Slovakia has created mutually beneficial results for both countries. And he emphasized that Slovakia will not be disappointed if it chooses South Korea to build nuclear power plants or other infrastructure it may need, citing as an example the Barakah nuclear power plant in the United Arab Emirates. President Kiska showed great appreciation for the ongoing bilateral cooperation and said he and his people consider South Korea a close friend. He took great interest in South Korea's education system, policies supporting youth startups, and especially the Presidential Committee on the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Slovakia, like Korea, is struggling with a widening economic gap, youth unemployment rate, and regional division. President Moon explained that the objective of his committee is to spread infrastructure for the Fourth Industrial Revolution to the private sector under the government's initiative. He also pledged to increase cooperation with Slovakia to prepare for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And regarding the Inter-Korean summit set for the end of this month, President Moon asked for Slovakia's continued support for the denuclearization of the peninsula and the establishment of lasting peace. Hwang Ho-jun, Arirang News.